folks. My name is Kelly McNulty.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm retired now, but I used to live up in Baltimore. I'm a retired cop, an ex-cop. I also worked on the drug trade up there. My daughter, Brian, went through this divorce. I had to move down here to be with her, help her during this trying time, and keep her son, my grandson, Chippy. I've also taken up photography, which has been nice, and just enjoyed the quiet life down here.
Where do you currently live?
I live in Miltonville.
Where exactly do you live?
I like what you did there. I live in the apartment building, right, just adjacent to the parking deck where all this trouble happened.
Now let me direct your attention to the evening of January 26th. What were you doing that night?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my daughter, Rania, is a college professor. So that night, she was giving a lecture at a local community college, and she asked me if I could keep Chippy. And of course, I accepted. I love keeping my little boy with me.
How long did you keep your grandson with you?
Well, we've been together since, later in the afternoon. We had some snacks, played some board games. And around 7:30, it got dark, so I took Chippy back to the bedroom and tucked him in.
Where did you go after you put your grandson down for bed?
Okay, so after I put Chippy to bed, tucked him in, kissed him, all that good stuff, went back into the living room, and I promptly reclined and relaxed into my large Barca lounger that I have.
Where in your living room is this large Barca lounger?
This Barca lounger is situated quite geniusly, if I might add, just in front of a large window that I have overlooking the parking deck.
And how is your view of the parking deck from this Barca lounger?
Well, the view's so good that good isn't even the right word. Let me think. What did I say? So yeah, we'll say it's magnifique. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's really good. It's really good view.
Your Honor, let the record reflect I'm approaching opposing counsel with what has been previously marked as Exhibit 13. Commissioner, you approach the witness. Now, Mr. McNulty, what are these?
Oh, wow. Great. These are photos that I took with my camera from my apartment, from the window.
Your Honor, the witness is correctly identified what has been previously marked as Exhibit 13, and now offered into evidence of authenticity has been stipulated and that accurately depicts what it purports to show.
Is there any objection to Exhibit 13?
Yes, Your Honor, under Rule 401, the relevance of these pictures. These pictures are more prejudicial than probative, and it's an attempt by the defense to defame the victim in the eyes of the jury.
Your Honor, if I may respond, these pictures are relevant for their geographic representations. They give a three-dimensional outlook of the crime scene, and they show what Mr. McNulty was able to see from his apartment. Furthermore, they're very probative, as they're the only proof we have that Mr. McNulty was able to witness the events of January 26th.
Objection is overruled, and the Exhibit 13 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I ask to take the witness off the stand for demonstrative purposes.
You may.
And I also ask to retrieve Exhibit 2. May I remind you that it's already been admitted.
Should be up here.
May I reposition myself, Your Honor?
You may.
Yes, we're going to go.
Right over here.
All right. First, I'll look for the map. Could you point out your home for the jury on this map?
Take a look. So, okay, this big mass here is the box, right? That's the parking lot with the arrows on it, yada, yada, yada. So you come across the street, that's Carly Avenue. You're going to come right across Carly, and you see this box here with the dots around it? That's labeled Kelly McNulty's apartment. I'm Kelly McNulty. That's my apartment.
Now, Mr. McNulty, I would like to refer to Exhibit 13.
Okay.
Specifically this bottom image. What part of the parking lot is pictured here?
You're talking about with the pipe and the door,
Yes,
right? Okay, that's gonna be the elevator shaft, standard elevator shaft.
Could you point this out on the map?
All right. Oh, perfect. You see this box labeled elevator shaft? It's marked out. That's the elevator shaft.
Now, Mr. McNulty, what part of the elevator shaft is visible from your window?
All right. You see these numbers 5, 6, and 10. They're itty bitty. But yeah, I can see any of those points from my apartment.
And has the layout of the parking deck changed at all from when you took these pictures?
No, they have not done anything with mine.
All right, Mr. McNulty, thank you. You may be seated.
Going back. All right.
Logos, yes, please. Well, Mr. McNulty, let me direct your attention back to the evening of the 26th. Did you notice anything strange while you were sitting at your window?
Not particularly. Around 8 o'clock is typically when the parking lot starts to fill up. So around 8 o'clock, parking lot filled up. I saw a car pull up on the top floor, right, and back into a parking space. Now, from what I could see, there were two people in the car. That'd be your driver and your front seat passenger.
And what did you see happen next on the parking deck?
Okay, rather, it didn't happen on the parking deck, but in the north stairwell, right? So I look in the north stairwell. Around the 7th floor, I see a figure in the stairway. And I can tell this figure was wearing this god-awful black fur trim parka and a red blouse. And this figure proceeded on up the stairwell to the top floor.
Now, how long did you stay in your chair?
Well, I initially planned on sitting there for the rest of the evening. But I'm sitting there, right, and I have this here, right here. I'm thinking, oh, geez, did Chippy fall out of the bed again? I don't know. So I go back there as quickly as I can. Chippy's sitting up in the bed saying, Grandpa, you forgot my water. How can I forget the water? So I got to go all the way back in the kitchen, dig out his own. It's a Pocahontas sippy cup, the only one that'll drink out of it. Fill it up with water and start making my way back to his little room.
And what did you hear while you were tending to your grandson?
Okay, so I'm in the kitchen. All right, and there are no windows in my kitchen, folks. Okay, I'm all ears in there. But just you remember, it's this hip that's bad, not these ears, right? So I'm in there, I'm filling up with water, and I start hearing something down in the pocket, maybe voices. A little bit of conflict, maybe, right? And it all escalates. That popping noise right there. And so, me being a former cop, I'm thinking, maybe that was a gunshot. Maybe that was a gunshot.
After hearing these noises, did you go back to your window?
Oh, you bet your sweet tailored pants I got back to that window. Because my baby grandson is in the back. And I hear gunshot in close proximity, you bet I'm gonna get back to that window.
And when you got back to the window, what did you see?
I got back to the window just in time to see who we now know to be Baccalaureate going back to his open gate.
And what did you observe? What caused Mr. Baccalaureate to fall?
Well, there was a figure over there where he fallen, so I assume that he'd been pushed.
Now, let's talk about this person that you think pushed Mr. Baccalaureate. Could you describe this person for the jury?
Well, based on what I can tell and what I can see, I hadn't seen this figure at any point in that night. Reason being, this figure was dressed differently. A darker jacket and a hat. This figure had a hat on his head.
Did you notice anything else about this person?
Not particularly striking, no, just the clothes.
Yes. And where did this person go next?
That person got out of there pretty quickly. Got off the
And Mr. McNulty, did anything else happen on top of the parking deck that night?
Oh yeah, okay, so, remember we talked earlier about the car pulled up, right? Baccalaureate's car with the driver and the front seat passenger. So I don't think Baccalaureate was driving, so I guess the driver gets out of the car and walks over to the edge, right where Mr. Baccalaureate gone over, and looks over and lets out this gut-wrenching cry. I mean, this is like nails on a chalk. Really sticks with you. I hope the guy Chippy didn't get that, because that'll turn up any nightmares. It was gnarly. It was bad.
What did you see down the street?
Well, pretty soon saw the cop car pull up, blue red lights, heard the sirens, the whole shebang. Speaking, that probably did make some sense out of what happened.
Now, Mr. McNulty, just to clarify, how many people did you see on top of the parking deck that night?
Okay, let's count. So there are two people in the car. That's two. Then there's the figure I see in the north stairwell on the 7th floor, that parka and the red blouse. That's three. And then there was the, we'll call him or her the pusher, which was over there right when that Larry fell off. So that's four. That's four people in all.
And to your knowledge, had you ever seen any of these four people before prior to that evening?
No, no, no.
Nothing further, Your Honor?
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. McNulty, you previously worked for the Baltimore Police Department.
Yes, I was a cop, detective up there with the drug career.
And so you've never worked a homicide before?
No, I haven't.
Now,
I'm sorry to interrupt. For an old guy like me, it really hurts my neck to turn that way. Could you come a little over here?
you don't have to look at me.
I don't? Okay.
So your next job was at a precinct,
Correct.
and you didn't like this precinct job.
No, it didn't. Not a lot of action for you.
Objection.
What happened when I was a young guy?
This line of questioning is irrelevant under Rule 401, is therefore admissible under Rule 402. A bunch of information about Mr. McNulty's past work experiences has no relevance to what happened on January 26th and what he was able to witness that night.
Your Honor, I'm laying the foundation for the witness's perception of the events that occurred that night.
I think it's within the bounds of an acceptable cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
No, you didn't like this desk job.
No, I didn't. I was a young guy back then, you know. My youth was getting at me. I was hungry for the street.
And you said in your statement that paperwork made you crazy.
It did, looking at all those numbers, all those names, all that ink.
So the department let you retire early
They did. They let me retire early.
because of some missing documents.
There were a few missing documents, yes.
And that's when you moved to Miltonville.
Right, about that time, my daughter Ryan went through a divorce.
Now, after moving here,
Objection, Your Honor. I ask that opposing counsel let my witness finish his testimony before she moves forward.
Please do. Make sure he's completed his answer before you ask the next question.
yes, sir.
My daughter Ryan was going through a divorce. She needed my help. I needed it. This time I got a little older, so I wanted to inquire about this one. Yeah, glad you did that.
And after moving to Miltonville, you kept up your old habit of taking surveillance photos.
Taking photos, yeah.
In fact, you said in your statement it's a good thing you moved here so you could take that photo of Bobby Buckle, Larry getting plucked.
Getting plugged, is the word I use, plugged.
But that photo never surfaced.
I suppose it didn't. I gave everything that I had to the detective that came to talk to me.
But in fact, later in your statement, you said that you didn't take any photos of him.
I tried to get a picture of back of Larry getting plugged. I made that pretty clear in my affidavit.
But we don't, in fact, have that photo in evidence.
Right, I gave all the photos that I had to the detective that came to investigate. I believe them was Kane.
Now you can see the top of the Miltonville parking garage from your living room window.
I can see it very well. Yes.
And you observe it from time to time.
I observe it every single night.
And you often see some suspicious activity take place there.
Sometimes I do, you know, but to a cop like me, people hanging out on the top of the parking lot, people doing anything on the parking lot looks a little suspicious, you know.
And you tried to report your suspicions to the police zone commander,
I did, yeah.
and he just brushed you off.
He did, yeah.
You tried to report your suspicions to the mayor,
I tried to do all this.
and he just
Correct.
brushed you off. He just brushed you off.
Brush me off, yep.
You never reported your suspicions to the parking garage manager.
No, I didn't. I'd rather go straight to the authorities.
Now you've observed a couple of Mr. Bobby Buckle Larry's meetings.
I now know that, yes, it was back in Larry, correct.
And you've seen where Mr. Buckle Larry's men usually stand at these meetings.
Yes, I had.
So you know that they typically stand near the elevator shaft.
Yeah, I got a photo of that. It's in the photos. There's someone leaning through him, but the elevator shaft, there's a fellow leaning on it, smoking a cigarette, is what it's doing.
Now, January 26, 2013, you didn't see anyone standing by the elevator shaft.
No, not this evening, right? I saw the car back in, and I saw the passenger get out and go meet whoever had come up on the 7th floor.
Now, while you were observing, you saw somebody enter the north stairwell.
That's correct.
And after entering, this person put on a dark coat.
Right, okay, so this person had a red blouse on. The parker was unbuttoned before leaving the stairwell. when they walked out, we talked about the party several times. They did like this and walked into the night air.
And this parka had a hood on it.
I believe it did. I'm not completely sure.
And after observing this, you got distracted.
You know how the grandkids are. You're either going to have one or you have one now. I had no kid in the chicken, correct?
And so you stopped observing.
I had to go tend to my grandson.
Yeah, you went to the kitchen.
Well, I went to Chippy's room first, and then I went to the kitchen.
Now, while you were in the kitchen, you heard this loud noise.
Just like that. A loud popping noise. Of course, I'm thinking I was the gunshot.
And so you made your way back to the window.
I got back to that window as quickly as I could. You're correct.
But I do understand that with your prior injury,
I did.
it took you long.
I got there as quickly as I could, though, and I did get there in time to see what I saw, which was Baccalaureate going over the edge.
Yes, you returned and you saw Mr. Baccalaureate fall 9 levels to his death.
Yeah, I did.
And after hearing the gunshots and seeing his body fall, you didn't call 911?
No, I assumed that there was an attendant on duty, and that attendant would, call the cops as soon as that happened.
Now later the police arrived at the scene.
They arrived, yes.
You saw them collecting evidence on the roof,
I did.
and you saw them mark evidence in several spots with little pop-up tents.
I guess that's what they are. We never used those back when I was a cop. Yeah, pop-up things.
And now, aside from seeing this evidence collection, you can't be sure exactly what the police did throughout their investigation.
No, not completely. I don't know exactly what his procedure was.
Now, it made you feel good, though, to know that they were using a lot of thoroughness in their evidence collection.
It did make me feel good to know that they got right up there that night and did what they could have done.
And they were still using the tried and true methods of the past to collect their evidence.
I'm a conservative.
Now, living in Miltonville without many acquaintances can get a little lonely.
You're right, you can.
And you stated that you don't believe that the Miltonville Police Department is a real police department.
You know, I'm
Objection,
just
Your
following.
Honor. It's not a questioning, calls for improper character evidence under Rule 404A. We believe the opposing counsel is trying to use this to prove that he acted in conformity with on the evening of January 26th when he witnessed these events.
Your Honor, this is not improper character evidence. This goes to show Mr. McNulty's motive for testifying today in court for the defendant, and in no way improperly characterized.
Objection overruled.
Now, you stated that you don't believe that the Miltonville Police Department is a real police department.
Yeah, I'm from Baltimore. They do things differently in the north than they do down here in Miltonville. So of course, I'm going to be critical of it. Yeah.
And you believe that they're not a real police department because they would have interviewed you based solely on your past experience as a police officer.
I felt like they should have. Yeah.
And you've never testified for a defendant before today.
I've been in the courtroom several times, so I know the know-how.
But this is your first time testifying for a defendant.
You're correct. Yeah, but I've been in the courtroom before.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Briefly, Director Honor.
Yes.
Now, Mr. McNulty, opposing counsel had a lot of doubts on your course of action on the evening of January 26th. So first, I would like to clear for the jury, did you give any officers any information?
Yeah, I gave Kane, as I previously stated, I believe was his name, gave him everything that I had.
How did he respond?
He took it, and from then on, we haven't spoken since. I don't know what he did with it.
Yes, and you also, I would like to clear something up as well about one of the people you saw that evening. You mentioned seeing a character in a parka and a red blouse.
Correct.
And do you believe that this person was involved in the pushing of Baccalaureate?
And the pushing, not the pushing.
Objection, Your Honor. Under Rule 611A, this question has been asked and answered.
Your Honor, that response has not been asked and answered on the redirect.
I don't recall that this was specifically asked and answered, and if that's the basis of the objection, it's overruled.
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll ask the question again. Yeah. Do you believe that this character in this red blouse played any part in pushing it?
Not in the pushing, no, but that character was up there at one point.
Your Honor, nothing further.
On your next witness, you may.
Go ahead.